fairy souls, I'm Mukta and you're watching The Sibyl Revealing Secrets. Today we'll be discussing the Hermit card. And as I say every time, that what you need to do is first meditate with the card, then jot down your point of view as to what would be the meaning of this card, and then watch this video. So if you've done that, then great, but if you haven't, then please do that and then be back. The Hermit is the card of wise. Solitude, being withdrawn from the society, it is the card generally that represents a teacher, a card of meditation, consciousness, self-analysis, introspection. It is a card of inner call. It also represents many a times an unconventional leader who's kind of alone or withdrawn from the group. It is also a card of gathering and distributing new knowledge. I personally take the Hermit as the card of being wise and choosing solitude in order to get to know more about a lot of things. So you're choosing solitude so that you can take a break from all the other disturbances or distractions of the world and focus on either yourself, trying to know self better, self-awareness, or trying to focus on one specific problem so that you can get to know more about those things, contemplate on it, and you're able to find a perfect solution to it. Although if the Hermit is along with some other negative cards, then in very rare cases, I would take the Hermit as choosing solitude in order to escape or take a break, or kind of a little bit on the sulking side. Let me tell you, it is very, very, very rare that I do that. It's highly dependent. It's like around 2 to 3% of the cases that I would take it that way. Otherwise, generally, the solitude that comes with Hermit is positive, but in very rare cases, it can be negative as well. So, especially if the question is about work or career, then I would say that that person needs to try to do things individually rather than as a team player, and should try to focus on all those things properly. That person might be able to guide other people, but seeking more help from others would be a rarity because they have a better hold on the subject. If the question is about a love relationship, then I would say that the couple needs to have more space in their relationship and should not try to cling on to each other in every aspects of life. They will be able to enrich their relationship better by getting that kind of space or by getting into some activity that is individualistic and not a couple sort of a thing. If the question is about spirituality, then this card would signify a lot of growth because this card is perfect in terms of spirituality. It talks about taking your own time, sinking into yourself, into your own inner conscious and growing in that manner. So this is ideal for spirituality, I would say. Now let's look at the symbolisms of the Hermit card from the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. Over here we can see that there's an old man who's standing. It looks like he's standing in the dark, and the floor looks really rough. It's also white in color. So we can say that he's standing outside in snow. We can say it's dark because the background color is grayish. And if it would have been daylight, then we could have seen some yellow or some blue in the background. But over here, because the background is grey, we can say that it's dark. So according to that, we can say that it is a rough night, but he is outside. So generally in such situations, people would prefer staying indoors, or they'll at least be on their way to their houses to be protected from the weather or from overall the harsh conditions. But he is standing outside, out and cold, so we can say that he's out there in order to help people. This we can term it as sacrificingly helping people. If we look at his posture and his appearance carefully, then we'll get a feeling that he is someone who's really wise and experienced. We can call him really mature, knows how to handle a lot of things, And also we can see from his posture that he is very humble. He's not showing any kind of attitude, or he's not at all snobbish or anything of that sort. He's very humble, waiting for people who might need some help, and he's out there to help them. So that's very noble, I would say. Overall, in the card we are able to see a lot of dull colors, whereas there are only two things that have a bright color, which is yellow. The two things are the staff and the star in his lantern. Now, the staff and the star both are believed to be the only things that keep him connected with different things. Now, we can obviously see that this card talks a lot about solitude. He's standing alone, not trying to communicate to anybody. He's good by himself, and he is available to help people, but he's not really looking out for anybody per se. He's not trying to approach to people. He's just there. So this card talks a lot about solitude. But in spite of that solitude, we are also able to see that he is trying to stay connected. The staff makes him stay connected to the ground and his overall surroundings, and the light that he gets from the star tells him a lot about his surroundings. So that also keeps him connected to the surroundings, especially because it's dark around. It is believed that the star represents dreams and hopes. Also, if we look closely, we'll be able to notice that the star is a six-pointed star. And generally it is said that a six-pointed star is representative of Seal of Solomon. Another important thing to notice is that the six-pointed star, which is obviously in a shape of a hexagon is made by two triangles, which is why it is kind of a mirror image. It's a reflection. It's the same on the upper side and the lower side, because of which a hexagon is believed to be a representation of the belief of as above, so below. So things as they are above, they are same below. And a hexagon is also a symbol that represents all the symbols of four elements. It is believed that the Hermit's lantern has dual purpose. It serves dual purpose. One is to light his own path in order to give some light to himself so that he is able to see his surroundings, whereas the other is to light the path of his followers. So people who want to follow him or who are seeking guidance from him, they'll also be able to get to know about their directions. So because he's there in order to let them know where they are, where should they go, overall guidance. So this is a figurative representation, and hence it would also talk about him giving a lot of guidance in life to other people as to where should they go, how should they channelize their energies, and what life path should they choose. That's it from the Hermit card of the RWS deck. Now let's look at the symbolisms of the Hermit card from the Shadowscapes deck. Over here as well, we are able to see that he is in solitude, he is preferring solitude, whereas in this card, he has attained that solitude by climbing really high, and he's also facing his back from the city. So he has kind of turned his back from the distractions and the materialistic world so that he can concentrate on spiritual upliftment or on overall self-analysis, introspection and such things. In this card as well, we are able to see the lantern. Lantern in this card doesn't really solve the same purpose as it was solving in the card of the RWS deck, because over there the background was dark and the lantern was trying to kill that darkness, give some light and enlighten people around. But over here we are already having the sun, and yet he is having the lantern in his hand, which is believed that he has climbed up, he is reached at a certain position. He is holding that lantern to light up the way of other people who would want to follow him and reach the same position where he is, in order to highlight where he is, or in order to let people know, give them some guidance in order to rise up above. It is also said that the lantern has a captured star in it, and the star knows its way back home. So the hermit is trying to follow the directions of the star so that he can reach to the stars. Now, which is why again he has climbed so very up high, so that he is able to see the stars very clearly. So over here we are able to see a lot of stars in the background, which is because of that thing. It is also said that because he is able to see the stars clearly, we can say that he has turned his back from the city and all other distractions, because generally the pollution of the city doesn't let you see the sky that very clearly, whereas if you go towards a more natural place, you'll be able to see them. It is also said that he has climbed above from a lake. So there's a lake down there. It is said because we are able to see some flying geese over here, and generally they are found flying above a lake. So he is above a lake, and people say that it is there because he can see his own reflection in the water of the lake, which helps him to introspect. Some people say that he's trying to gather more and more information, and which is why he's trying to take an overview or an eagle's point of view of things so that he can get more knowledge. He's also believed to be an explorer, or someone who is more curious, someone who is trying to get to know more about things and is mesmerized by natural beauty. Also, he obviously as well looks really wise. Any curious soul would be wise because they would try to collect more and more information. We are also able to see a lot of balance in him, and we can say that because of the way he's climbed up and the way the stones are stacked over here. That's very similar to the ambience of a meditation center or a yoga class or things like that, and hence it signifies mental peace, meditation, balance, spirituality, all such divine aspects of life. So that's it from the Shadowscapes deck. Now let's discuss what are the possible interpretations if the Hermit card comes reversed. Now, because the upright card's meaning is solitude, the reversed card would tell us to break off from the solitude. So there's enough of solitude and the person needs to open up, start taking initiative. The person needs to start socializing as a whole. The thinking duration of a particular planning period or the strategizing of it is over. Now the person needs to start implementing or talk to more people in order to gather more information from the external world. Already enough is gathered from the internal world. So basically a reversed Hermit card would tell us to socialize more, to talk to more people, to open up and try to explore other aspects and not just stick to one aspect of that particular problem. So I hope that these different interpretations were of help to you in coming up with your own interpretation of the Hermit card. And if they were, then please do hit the like button, because that will let me know that I'm doing a good job over here. Let me know if you have any suggestions or advices in the comments below so that I can improve. Also, please write your meaning of the Hermit card in the comments below, because that would help me and other viewers in order to get to know more about the Hermit card. I also advise in almost all of my videos to try and relate the meaning of the card with your life happenings or your life experiences or your surroundings. And if you're able to do that, then please write that as well in the comments below, because that will again help all of us in order to know the Hermit card better. Share this video with anybody who would like to know more about the Hermit card or would like to learn tarot card reading. And if you would like to know about different interpretations of different cards, then subscribing to this channel would be a good idea, because I come up with different interpretations of one card every weekend. So I'll see you next weekend. Till then, bye-bye, take care and stay curious.